The blizzard screamed across the frozen wasteland of Kepler 9b with the fury of a dying star. Andrew pressed his thermal-gloved hand against the viewport of Research Station Theta, watching ice crystals dance in the alien twilight. The temperature outside had dropped to minus 200 degrees Celsius, cold enough to shatter steel like glass. "Sensors are picking up something," Stephanie called from her station, her breath forming small clouds despite the heating system working overtime. Movement. About 50 meters from the airlock. Andrew squinted through the viewport. At first, he saw nothing but the swirling white chaos. Then, a shape emerged, small, pale, struggling against the wind. "What is that?" he muttered. Reaching for the long-range scanner, Stephanie's fingers flew across her console. "Biosignature is odd. Warm-blooded, definitely. But the thermal output is fluctuating. Andrew, whatever it is, it's dying out there." The shape tumbled closer, and Andrew's eyes widened. It was roughly the size of a terrier, covered in white fur that seemed to shimmer even through the storm. Two leathery wings, far too small for flight, were folded tight against its body. And there, unmistakably, was a reptilian tail dragging through the snow. "Is that?" Stephanie had joined him at the viewport, her dark eyes wide with wonder. "Is that a DragonCat?" The xenobiologists had theorized about them. Indigenous creatures that shouldn't exist according to conventional biology. Dragons that purred. Cats with wings and scales. The colonists on the southern continent had reported sightings, but no one had ever captured footage. "It's going to freeze," Andrew said, his hand already moving toward the airlock controls. "Wait." Stephanie grabbed his arm. Protocol says we're supposed to document xenofauna, and that thing is about to become an ice sculpture." Andrew pulled free and headed for the airlock. "I'm bringing it in." "You're impossible," Stephanie sighed, but she was already pulling up the decontamination sequences. "Make it quick. And Andrew, don't let it bite you. We have no idea what diseases it might carry." The airlock hissed open, and Andrew stepped into the transition chamber. The cold hit him like a physical blow even through his thermal suit. Through the outer door's porthole, he could see the creature collapse into a snowdrift that he cycled through, and the outer door opened with a groan of protesting metal. The wind tried to tear him from his feet. Andrew fought forward, his boots crunching through ice that had been accumulating for 300 million years. The DragonCat was barely moving when he reached it. Up close, it was even more bizarre. Fur like spun moonlight, scales like opals beneath, eyes that glowed faint amber in the darkness. Those eyes fixed on him, not with the animal fear he expected, but with something that looked almost like calculation. Andrew scooped up the creature carefully. It was surprisingly light and cold, so cold it burned through his gloves. He turned and ran for the airlock. Inside, Stephanie had the decontamination chamber ready. Andrew placed the DragonCat on the examination table, and ultraviolet light flooded the space. The creature's eyes tracked them through the glass, never blinking. "Vitals are stabilizing," Stephanie reported, studying her readouts. "Body temperature rising. Neural activity is—" "Wait, that can't be right." "What?" "Its brain activity is off the charts." "Andrew, this thing is thinking. Not like a dog or cat thinks. Complex cognitive patterns. Problem-solving level intelligence." The DragonCat sat up on the table. It stretched, wings unfurling slightly, then began grooming itself with a long, forked tongue. One amber eye fixed on Andrew through the glass. Then, deliberately, the creature winked. "Did it just—" Andrew started. "Yes," Stephanie breathed. "Yes, it did." Over the next 3 days, the DragonCat, they'd named it Ghost for obvious reasons, proved to be anything but a simple animal. It learned to operate door panels within hours. It understood speech, responding to commands and questions with uncanny intelligence. Most remarkably, it seemed drawn to their computer systems. Andrew found it one evening curled around the base of Stephanie's workstation, purring, a sound like distant thunder, while watching data scroll across screens. "It's been here for 2 hours, Stephanie said, not looking up from her calculations. "Just watching. Learning, I think." "Learning what?" "How we communicate. Our language. Our mathematics." She finally turned to look at him, her expression caught between excitement and unease. "Andrew, I think the DragonCats are the original inhabitants of Kepler 9, and I think they're a lot smarter than we ever imagined." That night, The station's main computer began displaying anomalies. Stephanie was first to notice strings of code that shouldn't exist, algorithms that reorganized themselves. Ghost sat on the desk, one paw resting on the keyboard, eyes glowing brighter than before. "It's accessing our database," Stephanie whispered. "It's reading everything. Our history, our science, why we're here." Andrew moved slowly toward the console, but Ghost didn't flee. Instead, the DragonCat turned and fixed both humans with an intense stare. On the screen, words began to form, typed by paws that moved faster than Andrew could track. "Thank you for shelter. We remember kindness. We remember cruelty. You showed kindness. We will remember." "We," Andrew said aloud. The viewport suddenly lit up with dozens, no, hundreds, of amber lights appearing through the darkness. DragonCats, emerging from caves and crevices, surrounding the station. Ghost's purr intensified, and more words appeared on screen. "Humans struggle in cold. We know cold. We will show you the warm places. We will show you where to build. In exchange, you teach us the stars." Stephanie laughed, a sound of pure astonishment. "They want a cultural exchange. They've been watching us, waiting to see if we were worthy." Ghost leaped from the desk to Andrew's shoulder, impossibly light, radiating warmth now instead of cold. The creature's purr rumbled against his ear, and for just a moment, Andrew felt something. A presence, vast and ancient, brushing against his mind. Images flooded through him. Cavern cities beneath the ice, geothermal vents that could power a colony for centuries, crystalline gardens where food grew year-round. All the secrets of Kepler 9 offered freely, because one human had opened a door against the cold. When the vision faded, Andrew found Stephanie staring at him, tears freezing on her cheeks. "They've been alone so long," she whispered, "waiting for someone to show them kindness first." Ghost chirped, an impossibly cheerful sound, and leaped back to the keyboard. "Now we are friends. Now we survive together." Outside, the DragonCats began to sing.